Hi, everyone. Welcome to the English Cast. I'm Ryan, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma. Whether you're listening on your way to work or relaxing at home, this podcast is here to help you feel more confident using real English in real life.
If you enjoy conversations like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the English Cast. It really helps the channel grow. All right, let's jump into today's topic. You know, Emma, I was thinking about how different textbook English is from real English. A student can study for years, get perfect grades on grammar tests, and then walk into a coffee shop in London or New York and feel completely lost. They understand the words, but they don't understand the phrases or the feeling behind them.
That is such a common experience. It is because native speakers speak in chunks or phrases. We rarely speak in perfect, isolated sentences. We use expressions that paint a picture or convey a feeling very quickly. Today, we have selected 15 of these golden phrases. These are phrases you will hear constantly in movies, in offices, and between friends.
Exactly. These are the phrases that will make you sound less like a student and more like a local. Let's dive right in with the first one. This is a phrase you use when you want to validate someone's point, even if you don't fully agree, or when you simply accept a situation. The phrase is, fair enough.
Fair enough. This is incredibly common. It doesn't necessarily mean that something is fair in the sense of justice. It means, I accept what you're saying, or that makes sense. Imagine you want to go to an Italian restaurant, but your friend says they had pasta for lunch and don't want it again. You would say, fair enough, let's go somewhere else.
It is a great way to end a debate without a fight. It shows respect for the other person's logic. I use it all the time at work. If I propose a meeting time and a colleague says they are too busy at that hour, I just say, fair enough, let's reschedule. It keeps the conversation moving smoothly without any conflict.
Moving on to the second phrase. This one is for those moments when your memory fails you. Instead of saying, I forgot, which sounds a bit blunt or irresponsible, native speakers often say, it slipped my mind.
It slipped my mind. This gives the visual image of a thought sliding away. It sounds a bit more gentle than, I forgot. You might use this if you forgot to call someone back. You would say, I am so sorry I didn't call you yesterday. It completely slipped my mind. It sounds like an honest mistake.
It definitely softens the blow. I often use it with tasks. If my husband asks if I bought the milk, I might have to admit, oh no, it slipped my mind. It suggests that I intended to do it, but the thought just escaped me. It is a very human phrase because we all forget things sometimes.
Our third phrase is very useful in professional settings or when you are dealing with technical issues. It is a polite way to ask someone for patience. The phrase is, bear with me.
Bear with me. Now, please remember, this has nothing to do with the animal. It means, please be patient with me, or wait a moment while I figure this out. You often hear this when someone is presenting and their computer freezes. They will say, my slide isn't loading. Please bear with me for a second.
It is much more professional than saying, wait. Wait is a command, but bear with me is a request for cooperation. You can also use it when you are telling a long story that might be a bit confusing at first. You can say, this story has a lot of details, but bear with me, it gets better at the end. It keeps the listener engaged and patient.
Let's look at phrase number 4. This is essential for keeping communication lines open, especially in business or planning. The phrase is, keep me posted.
Keep me posted. This means keep me informed or let me know if there are any updates. It comes from the old idea of posting a notice on a board. If you are waiting to hear news about a job interview, you might tell your friend, I have the interview today. I'll keep you posted on how it goes.
It is very casual and effective. If you are organizing a picnic but the weather looks bad, you might say to your friends, I'm not sure if we can go, but I will check the forecast and keep you posted. It implies a continuous flow of information. It is a great phrase to close a conversation when the situation is unresolved.
Number 5 is for those times when you just cannot make a decision. You are stuck between two options. We say, I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence. Imagine sitting on a fence between two fields. You haven't jumped to the left or the right. It means you're undecided. If someone asks, Are you going to the party tonight? You might answer, I don't know, I'm still on the fence. I'm tired, but I really want to see everyone.
It is a very visual idiom. I use this when I am shopping. I am on the fence about buying these shoes. They look great, but they are expensive. It shows that you are weighing the pros and cons. It is perfectly acceptable to be on the fence for a while before making a choice.
Phrase number 6 relates to planning, or rather, not planning. Sometimes you don't want a strict schedule. You want to see how you feel in the moment. The phrase is, play it by ear.
Play it by ear. This comes from music, playing a song without looking at the notes sheet, just listening. In daily life, it means, let's improvise, or let's decide later. If you are traveling with friends, you might say, we don't need to book a restaurant for dinner yet. Let's just walk around and play it by ear.
I love playing it by ear. It takes the stress out of planning. If you are not sure what time you will finish work, you can tell your friend, I might be done at 5 or maybe 6. Let's play it by ear and text later. It gives you flexibility and freedom.
Number 7 is a phrase of encouragement, especially when learning something new. It takes time to learn a skill, and in the beginning, it can be hard. But eventually, you get the hang of it.
Get the hang of it. This means you are starting to understand how to do something comfortably. It is becoming natural for you. When you first learn to drive, it is terrifying. But after a few weeks, you get the hang of it. You stop thinking about every gear change.
Exactly. It implies a transition from awkwardness to competence. You can use it to encourage others too. If your new colleague is struggling with the computer system, you can say, don't worry, it is complicated at first, but you will get the hang of it soon. It is a very supportive thing to say.
Moving to phrase number 8. This is perfect for the workplace when a meeting is dragging on or at the end of a long workday. When you are ready to finish, you say, let's wrap things up.
Let's wrap things up. Think of wrapping a gift. You're finishing it and making it tidy. In a meeting, it means, let's bring this to a close. If you see the clock ticking and you have covered all the topics, you can say, okay, everyone, we have covered everything, so let's wrap things up.
You can also use it for a project. We need to wrap things up by Friday so we can enjoy the weekend. It is a very active phrase. It suggests bringing all the loose ends together and finishing strong. It is professional, but also very common in casual settings.
Phrase number 9 is a warning or a notification. It is used to prepare someone for information. The phrase is, heads up.
Heads up. This literally means look up. It is used to alert someone. You can use it as a noun too, saying, thanks for the heads up. If you know the boss is in a bad mood, you might tell your coworker, just a heads up, the boss is pretty angry today. You are giving them a useful warning so they can be prepared.
It is incredibly useful. It can be for positive things too. Heads up, there is free pizza in the kitchen. It just means, pay attention, here is some information. It is short, sharp, and very native sounding. If someone gives you a heads up, you should always thank them for it.
Number 10 is a phrase we use to describe something that completely alters the situation, usually for the better. We call it a game changer.
It's a game changer. This comes from sports, where a specific player or strategy changes the outcome of the game. In life, it refers to a significant improvement. For example, this new coffee machine is a game changer. I save so much time in the morning.
I hear this a lot in technology and business. This new software is a game changer for our productivity. But you can use it for small things too. Putting salt on watermelon? Trust me, it's a game changer. It emphasizes high impact and positive difference.
Phrase 11 is for when someone is talking too much, giving too many details, and you want them to get to the point. Or maybe you want to summarize a story yourself. The phrase is, cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. It comes from old silent movies. The audience would get bored with the romantic scenes and want to cut straight to the chase scene with the cars and action. So, cut to the chase means skip the details and tell me the main point.
You have to be a little careful with your tone here. If you say it to your boss, it might sound rude. But you can use it on yourself. You can say, I have a long story about my weekend, but to cut to the chase, I lost my wallet. It shows you value the listener's time by getting to the important part quickly.
Phrase number 12 describes something that happens completely unexpectedly. No warning, no signs. It happens. Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. Like a bolt of lightning from a clear blue sky. It is a complete surprise. I haven't spoken to John in 10 years, and then yesterday, he called me out of the blue. It emphasizes the randomness of the event.
It can be positive or negative. You could get a job offer out of the blue, or your car could break down out of the blue. It is a great phrase to add drama or emphasis to a story. It paints a picture of suddenness.
Number 13 is related to communication and groups. When you want to be included in the information flow, you want to be in the loop.
In the loop. Imagine a circle of people talking. If you are inside the circle, you know what is happening. If you're outside, you don't. So, to be in the loop means to be informed. You might tell your manager, please keep me in the loop regarding the new client.
And if you have been on vacation, you might feel out of the loop. You come back and say, I have been away for a week. Can someone bring me back in the loop? It is a professional way to ask for updates and inclusion.
Phrase 14 is about critical thinking. It is a piece of advice. When you hear a rumor or information that might not be fully true, you should. Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt. This means be skeptical or don't believe it 100%. If you read something crazy on the internet, you should take it with a grain of salt. Or if your friend tends to exaggerate stories, you might say, listen to his story, but take it with a grain of salt.
It protects you from being gullible. It suggests that there is some truth, but maybe not the whole truth. The reviews for this hotel are terrible, but I take them with a grain of salt because people only complain when they are angry. It shows a balanced perspective.
And finally, phrase number 15. This is one of the kindest phrases in English. It is used when someone is going through a difficult time. You say, hang in there.
Hang in there. It brings to mind an image of someone holding onto a cliff, trying not to fall. It means don't give up Or, be strong, this situation will end. If your friend is studying for exams and is exhausted, you say, I know it is tough, but hang in there. It is almost over.
It is a pure expression of empathy and support. You are acknowledging their struggle and telling them they have the strength to endure it. The week has been stressful, but hang in there. It is almost Friday. It is a small phrase that can mean a lot to someone who is struggling. So there we have it. 15 phrases that will instantly upgrade your English. From fair enough to hang in there, these are the tools native speakers use to navigate their daily lives. They cover agreement, memory, patience, planning, and support.
And the best thing is, you don't need to learn complex grammar rules to use them. They are ready to use right now. I challenge you to pick just one of these phrases and use it today. Maybe tell a friend, I'll keep you posted, or describe something as a game changer.
Using just one phrase correctly will give you a massive boost in confidence. You will see the other person understand you instantly, and you will feel that connection. That is what fluency feels like. It is not about knowing every word in the dictionary. It is about using the right phrase at the right time.
We really hope you enjoyed this list. These phrases are like keys that unlock a more natural, relaxed version of English. Keep practicing them, listen for them in your favorite movies, and soon they will be a natural part of your vocabulary. All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope this conversation helped make English feel clearer and more natural for you in everyday situations.
Remember, progress comes from small, daily practice. If you enjoy this episode, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the English Cast so you don't miss the next one.
And as always, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep connecting. Thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you in the next episode.